Once again, it's Dog and Dave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, y'all get in here, hit that like if you're a fan of Fridays. If you're not, you shouldn't be watching this show anyways. But Big Dog, how's your Friday going, man?
You're a fan of Friday. I like that. If you're a fan of Friday, get in here and hit the like button. If you don't like Fridays, don't hit the like button. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Yeah. Aloha Friday. Shouts out to everybody out there. Appreciate it. Dave, how you doing, man, on this Friday? I see you got on your Denver jersey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a big game against the Spurs. Hopefully lock up that #1 seed. And you better be praying to the basketball gods, Chico, that your Lakers don't got to face us in the first round, because that's what I'm praying for. I'm praying for a second straight sweep, baby.
Man, you know good and well y'all not ready for the Lakers this year. It's a whole different year, baby, and y'all not ready for it. You know, LeBron James coming back to get his revenge versus the Joker, KCP, and oh, hey, I will say this though, man. The Joker has the perfect people to be passing and dishing the ball off to. With Gordon in that dunker spot, it looked like they have that play down packed where he could catch the ball at the free throw line and just dump it to Gordon on the slash off the corner. Also, Michael Porter Jr. can spot up and shoot that thing. What's my part? Jamal Murray, of course, going to do his thing. KCP is dangerous with his defense and spot ups or streaky 3-point shooting. So, yeah, Nuggets are still going to be tough, but I'm a Laker for life, baby.
Hey, that's okay. I mean, y'all got like 100 championships. You know, y'all can let us have a run of a few years. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Hey, by the way, not to get too off topic, but did you ever watch that full HBO series on the Showtime Lakers, Winning Time? Did you ever watch that show?
Did I watch that show, Winning Time? No, I don't think so.
Oh, I feel like you'd love it. I loved it. It was like a historical drama.
Was it the real one, or was it the one where they had actors playing it?
The actors.
Okay, see, that's why I didn't watch it.
Oh man, just like go in there, just knowing that like 50% of what you're gonna see is fake or it's false news. Really good though. Cracks me up. The guy who played Jerry West, fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. All right, I'll have to check it out one day, then, man. But I'm a true Laker fan. I've been watching them with my own eyes. You know, since the 80s, I remember my mom and them yelling in the locker rooms, and let's go Magic, let's go Magic. So that's how far I go back with it. I don't want to root for any other basketball team, although I root for some players because I like the players. So it's still Lakers for life over here. Let's go LeBron. Step up, AD. You know, shouts out to Bubba Dub. Can't be playing like trash. Come on, man. And shouts out to you ever see the guy, before we get into everything, y'all stay tuned, we're going to talk about Colorado football, of course, but you ever see the guy on Instagram that say, we're done with the 90s, we're done with the 80s. You never seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, he plays the basketball clips from the 80s and 90s. He called Jordan big trash. Jordan is big trash. He can't go left. You know, so you got to check out some of his videos. Shout out to Peak Town podcast, but he be calling out some of those guys from the 80s and the 90s. So just some good stuff I like to watch on Instagram. Y'all check that out, man. Peak Town podcast.
I love it. Shout out to Jonas too, man. He's saying Pels to the finals, dude. I hope you're not a Pels fan. What a terrible franchise to be a fan of, whoever's playing in New Orleans, whether they're the Hornets or the Pelicans. Man, my heart goes out to you.
Did he just say the Pelicans? Man, come on, man. What? Nah. They better be worried about keeping Zion Williamson healthy and happy over that thing. He could be in and up out of there with the quickness, you know. So
seems like everybody goes to LA, so they'll probably be there in a couple years now.
I hope so. I think his ultimate landing spot would be for the NBA. They would want him to be with the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
All right,
I'd like to see it, man.
Hey, man, shouts out to the NBA and all my NBA fans. Put your favorite team in the chat. Put your cities in the chat and so on. We'll get into some Colorado football as the basement just made a comment saying, what? Do you two feel that Shador's lazy RPO action and how he is just stands?
I'll comment on this.
Yeah, no comment.
Well, I'll just say, man, I don't think we're going to be running RPO offense for a handful of reasons this next year. Regardless of how you feel about his technique, it just wasn't running well. So I think you're going to see him in a bunch more pro style stuff, doing more pro style play actions, and I think that's going to benefit everybody.
And pro style play actions coming off of those the big time runs from those running backs that we have with Alton McCaskill and Dylan Edwards and other host of running backs. I think that it's going to be a concerted effort to run the ball on called runs, not RPOs, and leaving it in the hands of the quarterback. Because if you're from an offensive coordinator standpoint, if you want to run the ball, but you call it an RPO, and then your quarterback messes around and pulls it in a situation where he might not have supposed to pull it, or he pulls it, or the defense plays it, you don't get much on that run, or you try to pass it and it's incomplete, that kind of can put a strain on the offensive coordinator, in my opinion, because I was expecting to get a run right here. And now, so just go ahead and call the run instead of RPOs, I think. And that's what is going to be coming this year, man. Call the run. Know that Alton and Dylan are going to be running that ball along with Savion and Michael spelling them. Just know that. Run the ball, man. Forget the RPOs sometimes. Run it and pro play action, like you said.
Yeah, and I think the basement's comment's fair. I mean, regardless of what you think about the technique, I mean, it just didn't sell very well. And I think when you got younger running backs, we can talk about Dylan Edwards this past year, I don't think that was advantageous for him because, again, you're not going into that play set, like you said, Chico, with a definitive idea of what I'm doing on this play. That's going to help younger players. That's going to help somebody like Micah Welsh this year. Just having a little bit more definitive idea of what they're going to be doing on the play straight ahead.
I also can cut down, and let me know in the chat too, is my mic sounding okay? Am I sounding like I'm in a room or something like that?
But yeah, you sound like you're in a tunnel, man. I'm sorry.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I just thought you couldn't fix it.
What do I sound like now? What about now?
I mean, you sound a little bit better, but yeah, man, you sound like you're in a tunnel.
Let me see. Like I'm in a tunnel. Let me turn me up in the headphones one time, Bob. Turn me all the way up. Because I had to travel, and probably this stuff got adjusted differently. Oh, now. All right, let me see. Yeah, so let me know. Slight echo they're saying. Get it off the echo. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
You got it plugged in? Sorry.
All right.
I just always got to double check myself too.
Am I plugged in now? I think I might be. I don't know, man. Somebody said Chico need a producer. I do. Anybody want to get hired as a producer? Come intern and be a producer? You can. So I might be in the transfer portal. Damn.
We might just have to roll with it, big dog. It's Friday. Again, you shouldn't be in a bad mood on Friday. You should not be in a bad mood on Friday. Things aren't going perfectly.
Not at all.
Ever, man. I don't want to hear any complainers about the audio on a Friday. Save that for Monday.
Save that for Monday, dog, because we're trying to get it right now. But Dave, go ahead and give us your perspective, your thoughts on like you were saying, those cornerback positions. I'll come in and answer at the end.
Yeah, I haven't really spent much time to talk about this, but if you haven't listened to Coach Mathis's presser from the other day, please be sure and go and do it, because there was a lot of interesting. Now I'm knocking my mic over. A lot of interesting little nuggets to comment on. Probably the first thing that was really big to me was, of course, the fact that he was talking first about, how he's liked how Rob Livingston is more so developing the scheme around the talent that he has rather than last year. I mean, he even said it. It was more just like we had the system and we were just trying to fit our players into that system with Charles Kelly, but we didn't really have the athletes to run that type of system to the best of its ability. And he likes the approach that Robert Livingston has taken with developing this defense. This is something that I want to talk a little bit about as well. He mentioned how we're going to be playing more cover one this year, which I think is interesting. And we can break down some of the advantages and disadvantages, Chico, of running a cover one scheme. But basically, you just have only one safety back there as the last line of defense instead of two guys normally. Cover 2 is more so the standard. You might see some cover 3 as well. But cover 1 is interesting. I would imagine that means we're going to be relying on our guys to be really damn good in man coverage, which I feel like is the strength of a lot of the defensive backs that we've brought in, playing towards that strength instead of playing maybe more zone. So, yeah, interesting. I guess I can pause there, Big Dog. But what'd you think of those first 2 points in terms of Livingston and how he's taken the approach with developing this system, and then on cover 1?
Yeah.
You sound much better.
I was going to say, hopefully I sound a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, great. All right. Livingston, I would say, is coming in with the right attitude to do that. Take advantage of the guys that you have, put them in positions to do the things that they do well. Put them in position to do those things. If a guy blitzes well, let him blitz. If he's a cover guy, let him cover and put him in those situations to do that. Same way on the defensive line and linebacker. I said this last year. If a guy is not great at dropping back in coverage, don't put him in that position to do so. Is there not another guy on the sideline who can do that better? So I think Coach Livingston is coming in with the attitude of, dog, we're not going to try to force anything. I'm not going to try to put a circle into a square spot. All right. If we got a circle there, we're going to use the circle at the best of his ability in this defense to do what a circle does. And so that's why you might see a Travis Hunter playing the slot now instead of outside like last year. The number 1 position or wide receiver is usually in the slot in today's offenses. Slot guys usually lead the team in catches. Well, let's put Travis there. Where were we hurt the most at last year? In the slot, on crossers, on slants, whatever, option routes. Put Travis there. Put your best coverage guy there. If it's run downs, now you got a guy like Marion Cooper who can come in, who was touted as the best tackling DB that they had, right? So put him in positions to run and tackle or cover guys like the tight end. So with that being said, across the board, you're switching up your personnel. You're using them to the best of their abilities, and then you're playing a cover 1 as opposed to a cover 2 like last year. Now we're going to go with 1 safety high, put Shiloh back there, let him just cover the whole field. Now we're going to go man across the board, or a true cover 1 zone with Travis playing man in the slot.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Travis man in the slot. You got deep thirds with the 2 corners and the 1 safety. The strong safety coming up, playing in the box, covering anything out of the backfield or the tight end. So it's a lot of things you can do differently now with this defense as opposed to playing too high safety and putting that strain on the middle linebacker to get back deep in the middle of the field now, right? And keeping those corners up playing press. Different type of ball game now. We're going to have that linebacker, if anything, covering maybe curl flats, or he might be blitzing now, as opposed to dropping 15 to 20 yards down the field and doing some stuff that they might not even be accustomed to doing. So, yeah, I like what Rob Livingston is doing, Coach Livingston.
I think it's pretty interesting, too, that Kevin Mathis also, you just mentioned this about how Omarion Cooper, his strength covering tight ends, he was willing to move over to safety, kind of play more of that slot role as well. And he used this, or I'm paraphrasing, but essentially he said he was okay taking a little bit of a reduced role in order to fill that specific need. And so I just want to shout him out as well. But to me, that sounds like our cornerback. I still think Travis is going to be playing outside, some as well. Yes. I think he talked a lot about the versatility. So I wouldn't say anything from this press conference, view this as just gospel or definitive. We're going to be running man-to-man cover 1 with Travis in the slot, 90% of our snaps or anything like that. But I think you're going to see these looks. And I kind of like the idea of having our tallest cornerbacks, our biggest cornerbacks, DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge, Cormani McClain, all working outside. They can work inside the slot too. And yeah, you got to hope that maybe this is one of the solutions to solving the shallow crosser issue that we dealt with so much last year, Big Dog. I think a lot of that also had to do with the fact I feel like we were playing more off coverage and we were not pressing much. of course, you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on our cornerbacks to make sure that they're locking guys up, not letting them get out of their breaks easily, because there's also a reason why cover 2 and cover 3 is so often played. But I do think I'm excited to see how this defense turns out. I think we're going to be playing with a little bit more of an aggressive type of methodology or philosophy with calling this type of defense. What say you?
Yeah, like DJ McKinney said, a lot of at Oklahoma State was playing off. Here is a lot of more press, and that press man is what you're going to have across the board with the press men at the cornerback position, but then have Shiloh deep. That's that free safety, right? That's man across the board, one free, or you, like I said, you could play a true cover 3 where those cornerbacks drop and the safeties and the linebackers cover the flats. But all in all, I think it will be, like I just said with Brian, it's going to be determined by what happens up front. If you can't get any pressure on the quarterback, then it doesn't. Your cornerbacks can't cover forever, and you can't expect them to be covering forever. So I'm loving what the defensive line is looking like with Coach Sapp and Coach D. Lewis. Look like they're bringing a whole nother attitude to those guys, and with that attitude is going to come a lot more production from a guy like Amari McNeil, Chidozie Nwankwo, Anquan Barnes, and Chaz Wallace, and J.J. Hawkins, and Shane Cokes, and whoever else I'm forgetting or missing out on. And the guy, Tarion Carter, and the guys on the outside, Okunlola, B.J. Green when he comes in, Tajay McCoy looking good, Wiggins out there. Got a lot of talented guys who can really play on the defensive line. So if they can come together, mesh well, keep that same attitude that Coach Sapp is instilling in him, sky's the limit for the defensive line, man. Even and especially if we mess around and add a couple more, because you can never have too many defensive linemen in my book.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I was bummed. There was a former 4-star from Arizona that entered the portal today, and he's already been crystal balled 100% to Texas. Darn it. But I still think that there's going to be some guys entering the portal that I think definitely we should spend some time in bringing in a guy. I don't know if you're familiar with him, Big Dog, but Jamil Burrows, I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", 310 pounds, has played a couple years at Alabama, I believe. And kind of more so a Jawan Mitchell situation where you're hoping a change of scenery is good for him. Transferred out from Alabama last year to Miami because of a fight that he got in with one of the coaches at Alabama, but didn't play for Miami this past year, entered the portal. But in terms of if you're going to compare him to some other guys that we've brought in from big programs such as Quincy Wiggins or Anquan Barnes, he does have good production and more playing experience than both of them. And so I think that he would be a really nice depth piece to have on the line. And sometimes you got to take a chance, on some of these guys, hoping that a change of scenery really is the right thing for them. Just like you and me, when we move cities or move states or countries, sometimes like we can really benefit from a new space, and that's how it is for these guys too. So I would love for us to add some beef up in the interior D line, and even though he didn't suit up for the Hurricanes, I wonder if there is some sort of attraction here, because we do have somebody like Warren Sapp here from Miami. We do have somebody like Damian Lewis that's also a former Miami Hurricane. Maybe there's a little connection there, but I've been loving seeing how they've been coaching the D-line, man. I think it's great.
Yeah, man, me too. In any offensive or defensive lineman out there in the portal, if you're not considering Colorado with the coaches that they have and the stuff that they're showing on Well-Off Media and such, and you guys are seeing this and you're not wanting to be a part of the atmosphere, man, I don't know what's in you. I don't know what's pumping in your blood or through your veins, dog, because it might be Kool-Aid, because it's definitely not no real good blood, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, like Big Boy once said from Outkast, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Mess with me, you get too sprayed. So I'm saying that to say that in the transfer portal, when it pops off, I think it's on the 15th, in a few days, and it goes through the 27th or the 30th or whatever it goes through the end of the month, right? I expect some guys to be knocking on the door. I'm talking about like their name is Paul Wall and Lil Kiki. They're gonna be knocking those down like they're down in Houston, Texas somewhere, like the old school song say. I think they should be knocking down the doors to Coach Prime, to Coach Corey, Coach Riz, and
Yeah.
anybody they can contact. I think they should be knocking them down and trying to get there. If not, then hey, maybe y'all see somewhere else, or maybe y'all trying to just get a bag. But for the opportunity to get coached by Warren Sapp and more other pros, and to get that spotlight that Coach Prime going to bring to you, I'm taking that thing without even looking back.
Oh, totally, totally. And I think, yeah, we're gonna bring some guys in here, hopefully that really do like raise an eyebrow, like in a good way. It's like, yeah, like this is an interesting guy that we got here. I did a video a little earlier on today, Chico, about Anthony Dunn Jr., the edge from FAMU that entered the portal. I think maybe yesterday, but obviously he's somebody to keep an eye on from the Coach Riss connection. And I mean, I know our edge room's looking much stronger than it was last year, of course, but I think you were saying this on your show with Brian Howell just a little bit ago about, I mean, you can never have too many edge guys, too many pass rushers. This guy at FAMU generated 41 pressures, 7 sacks, 6'5", 250, 6'5", 250.
Yeah.
And can play the run well too. I think that he would be an excellent addition to this edge rotation.
Yeah, he was a dog down there at FAMU. I'm not sure of his recruiting status right now with Colorado or anyone else, but if you can play on that defensive line, you can play. If you can get to the quarterback, you can get to the quarterback on whatever level usually. Guys usually have a nose for that. It's not just, something that happens or whatever. Usually if a guy's a pass rusher, he can be a pass rusher on most levels. So, yeah, I said you can never have too many defensive linemen, and I mean that. Defensive tackles and defensive ends, because it's going to be a constant rotation all the time. Any coach will want to have 4 fresh defensive linemen in at all time. If they're tired at any bit, you can bring in another guy. So, yeah, defensive line is a major position on this team for their success. Same way running back is and offensive line is for the offensive success of this team. I think it's the same way defensive line and linebackers, especially for this team to stop the run and to run the ball. I don't know if you saw a couple clips of Alton McCaskill running that thing. Oh my goodness gracious, boy!
It's like he heard me wondering, like, dude, is your knee just not the same from that? And then all these things, like, he's moving well, man.
And one clip, he almost fell and kept himself up. And if anybody knows, if you had a knee injury, those things like that, can be like kind of like the thing that make you unsure or whatever, when you off balance and then you kind of tweak it again or something. But he was off balance and he looked strong as ever. Like you could just see the leg work he's been putting in out there. I mean, he looks the part, dog. He looks the part. If you had to draw up a big running back, he would be that guy. No body fat, tall, lean, runs hard, runs fast. I'm loving what I'm seeing. A great compliment to Dylan Edwards, and Dylan is a great compliment to him as far as running styles go. Savion is totally different, and Welch is totally different. We have some running backs, man, that all we have to do is open up the holes for them, give them a chance, and call the plays for them. If we call the plays for them and open up holes for them, we're going to be good to go, dog. And Shador is going to have a hell of a year based off of that also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you might remember this, Big Dog, but, we maybe more so me rather than, I don't know, but, we would come on here after games and just bitch about why are we not seeing 2-back sets with flexing, Dylan Edwards, out wide and all that. And it's been encouraging to see, I feel like, some of the things that we've been talking about for months about just looks. Like, why don't we even try and run some of these looks? The fact that they've mentioned those things, they're starting to talk about them, like Dylan, again, saying he's playing more wide receiver. I don't think you'll see him line up initially as a wide receiver for a lot of these plays where they'll have him running routes, but they'll have him motioning out, get him matched up against a linebacker, something like that. Just some simple things that we were expecting to see in the offense last year that we just didn't see. I think we're going to see it. It's going to be exciting. And really, the only reason we asked for it is because we feel like that's how to utilize some of the players to their best strengths. And it's nice to just see that actually being talked about, as opposed to sometimes during the season, it's like we're going to get an answer why.
Yeah. Honestly, it's, well, I don't know if I should say that.
I don't want to get you in trouble, Big Dog.
No, I'm not gonna get in trouble, but I was gonna say it seems like sometimes they be watching our podcast or something.
maybe.
Or either we'll just give ourselves credit for being, I guess, smart enough to recognize some of these things that we're seeing with our own eyes, honestly. And I do feel like you said, Dylan will be motioning out from that backfield. Whether they just think about it, they can start with 2 true running backs in the backfield with Dylan and Alto, or Dylan and whoever back there, right? And you can motion Dylan out, and that can tell the quarterback and the offensive line a lot. Let's say if you got 2 backs back there and they're showing 6 or 7 across the front, and then you put Dylan out there now, he goes either wide or to the slot. You better make adjustments, defense. Or you're going to still come with 7? Bet. Dylan, hot route right now. Bam, get the ball, throw it. So that's a long handoff to Dylan Edwards. Now he's in space with 7 guys trying to rush the quarterback. Man, if they use this like it's perceived to be, if they use this concept and just take advantage of it the way that they can, I think the sky's the limit for this offense. Shedeur Sanders can have 50 touchdown passes. The offense can average 40. You can have multiple backs with 6 to 10 touchdowns. And those numbers are not unreasonable because of the weapons that you have. You just gotta make the calls and protect. Dylan out of the backfield, man. We saw how dangerous it was last year. Now you put him in the slot with Alton or Savion and Micah Welch in the backfield where they can still run these dives straight up the middle. But now the defense, like I said, has to make adjustments because you got a long handoff with Dylan. You got a straight handoff with Alto running it straight down your throat.
Yeah.
Take your pick, dog.
It's funny, Chico. I've been watching more so for my Broncos channel. Been watching some Oregon tape because, Bo Nix has been one of those guys that's been talked about going to the Broncos. And, Oregon isn't the only example of this, but they're a lot of good offenses. Again, they're just doing the stuff that makes sense. But I've noticed, looking at their offense as well, sometimes they'll have these 2-back formations and then they say, oh, okay, you're going to put 7 DBs out there because we got 2 backs. Okay. Well, we're going to run a little counter where we got one of those running backs lead blocking, and it's going to open up a big lane. Again, when you only got 1 linebacker in there, 4 down linemen, it's just taking what the defense is giving you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just this stuff doesn't have to be rocket science. I think usually what can get in the way of an offense just being functioning how it should be is just you want to get overly aggressive, and I think Coach Prime's ultra aggressiveness, I think it's very clear that he wants to be a very aggressive coach. I think combined with Pat Shurmur, who's a little bit more known to be a little bit more conservative a coach, I'm hoping that they kind of balance out each other a little bit, a little yin and a yang, and we'll see some nice balance to this offense.
The good thing I think about Pat Shurmur is that he's been around the block a few times. He's had success. He's had some unsuccessful situations, and he's realizing the opportunity he has right in front of him. Like he said, he's feeling younger. He has a quarterback. He has a different type of head coach with Coach Prime as his head coach, who is giving him different type of responsibilities and just authority, so to speak. So I think he's ready to really put his mark on an offense or have his signature time in his career right here. And I think this would be the signature time in Coach Pat Shermer's career, and he don't want to flip that up, so to speak. He want to be aggressive at the times where he need to be aggressive. Yeah, take what the defense gives you, but we're not in a situation where we feel like we have tomorrow or we have next year. We trying to do this right now.
Yes.
And you know, Coach Prime is pressing that on him. We're not, dog. Shador gone after the season, dog. We got to find another quarterback. So while we got him here, dog, we looking for to win games, get us in the playoffs, and have he's gonna do what he got to do to have Heisman type numbers. That's
oh yeah. So we got to win games, put up numbers, man. And super recruiter Pat Shermer, I'm sorry, man. Again, he's a super recruiter now. We got Julian Lewis, his last official visit of the summer. I would imagine he's going to commit somewhere this summer. So, I mean, that's got to be really nice, evidence that things are moving in the right direction for Colorado. Maybe we can get him to flip from USC.
Well, yeah, with the last, official visit set for Colorado, I think that gives Coach Prime and crew a chance to make that final, impression on the young fellow. They're looking, and just to be honest, if I'm a young guy, it's going to be a tough decision between USC. I see what Caleb Williams just did. I'm looking at Shador Sanders and all the attention he's getting. Do I say I want to go out here and go through this tradition of Lincoln Riley and what Caleb Williams has already done and Heisman trophies has done in the past? Or do I want to go and get the spotlight that Shador is getting with Coach Prime and then put up those numbers also? It's a tough decision for the young fella who is, touted to be the number one guy, talent-wise, arm-wise, and mentally coming out in his class, even though he reclassified to an earlier class. So,
yeah.
I like him, but if we are, I'm not even gonna say, we're not gonna put that out there if we're not able to, or we're not gonna say that. We'll just say this: when he go on the visit, I think he's be treated well.
Yeah.
If you guys see him out there, give him a skull buffs or something, give him some good energy. But he'll make his decision then. I think us talking to Malachi Murphy the other day, he said that nowadays these guys probably might need to be committing early, so that they'll have that scholarship there with the transfer portal looming out there. So we'll see what happens with Juju. Or we could say we might have that quarterback on roster. Who knows? Or we could say we're looking for a 2025 quarterback out there. And there's a couple of them out there, of course, that I like, that I've spotlighted, and I'll be spotlighting a few more also coming up. So
I'm interested to see, man, Walter Taylor at this spring game to talk about the quarterbacks, man, because I feel like from what I've seen with him coming out from Vanderbilt, and especially looking at his high school tape from a couple of years ago, long, and of course, when you're 6'7", you got longer arms. That motion is just going to be longer rather than compact. But I do feel like he has cleaned that up quite a bit, even from what I saw from the little playing time that he had at Vanderbilt. It seems like he's definitely developing a quicker release. And again, I've seen him throw some really nice passes downfield. I wonder if he might be in the lead for that QB2 spot.
Tough spot. Ryan Staub, I think, will have a natural chokehold on it from the experience last year. Talent wise, I like Taylor to just come in and do his thing and learn. And then Dustin Wade, I haven't seen a lot of him, but I've heard he has a nice live arm, and he can also get outside the pocket. So I think that spring game is going to be excited to see these quarterbacks. I think we'll see a lot more of them than we'll see of Shador Sanders for sure. So anybody coming there to see a whole, I'll say like my grandmother used to say, a whole heap of Shador Sanders, you might not see a whole heap of Shador, but you will see a good portion of those backup guys who are back there behind him. Which will play out and find out who will be the number 2, 3, and I would say prospect quarterback for the years to come.
Chico, I have a question for you too. You mentioned Destin Wade, which reminded me of Keaton Wade. I saw on the Buff Zone and I don't know how long this has been on there. Maybe it was changed. The Buff Zone scholarship chart that I think Brian Howell updates. I saw today, or realized today, that Keaton Wade was on there listed as an inside linebacker. I haven't really been able to pick up, or rather paid much attention to finding him in some of these well-off videos to see where he's being lined up at right now. But I'm curious, what have you heard or seen in terms of where they have him playing? I still wonder if he might just be the best option for us at inside linebacker in terms of having more depth in that room, rather than, again, we'll see what the transfer portal opens up at. But right now, I feel like it's slim pickings right now for inside linebacker talent in the portal. What have you heard?
Yeah, so Keaton Wade, as far as he might be listed as an inside linebacker, but I think he'll be working both as a rush linebacker and an inside linebacker. Might be on the third rotation right now, but he played a lot of outside at Kentucky. But if we need him on the inside and he has that ability to play inside, then let's do it. If he can make some plays from there, he's comfortable there. Let's do it. I would like to see it. I don't really mind where guys play as long as they can be productive, be happy. Because I was one of the guys that played all over the field. So as long as I'm on there, as long as I'm on the field, that's where I want to be at. Line me up wherever, put my hand in the dirt, stand up, get back, whatever, put me out there, coach. But I think he'll be more of at the end of the day, outside linebacker, but might be playing some inside, and that's why they probably have him as the inside linebacker. Outside, we have so many guys who can rush the passer right now.
Right.
I think that might be one of the most talented positions on the field outside of DB and wide receiver. That outside linebacker rush in spot. Let me see here. A couple of guys we got in the chat. We appreciate y'all in the chat. We got Rosecrans, Bory, The Place, Trauma, Bright, Jay, Samuel Flowers, Linda Brooks, Richard LaFleur, Grizz.
Some of y'all are arguing way too much for a Friday. Y'all didn't hear what I said opening this show up with.
Hey, man, it's Aloha Friday, man. Y'all throw a shocker and Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. Let me see here. Jermaine King said, while y'all are debating RPOs, please make sure you show Chico and Dave some love and hit the blue of the clock like button them. What you waiting on? You don't hit the like button yet? We got 320 people in here total right now.
On a Friday? Let's go.
On a Friday. We're going up on a Friday. Look, somebody said Dion is leaving. Yeah, he's going to his jet to go recruit some people.
Hey, let's do it.
Especially in the red zone, more running. I think with Alton having those 16 touchdowns coming in from Houston, that shows you he has a nose for the end zone. And those clips I saw with him running and galloping down the field, man, he's going to be that red zone threat, I think, when running football.
And it wasn't mainly it's been a while since I've seen his tape, Chico, but it wasn't mainly RPOs that he was running out of, right? Like they're more just designed runs, right?
Talking about Alton, there would be some design runs. It's just the fact that he can run the RPOs style runs is a good thing to me, because that's not so easy to do. A lot of people say Chico, why you always share your stories and stuff? Because it's relevant. All right, real quick, I got a story about an RPO.
Let's do it.
This goes to the Austrian League, where we just got a new recruit from Big Yaya, who came over from the Austrian League before going to NFL Academy. And I was out there in Austria playing, and I think at practice I might have gotten a ball and ran. Maybe, you know what? I don't know what happened. On defense, I took the ball from the quarterback, ran downfield, ran a touchdown, right? It was about 70, 80 yards probably. And the coach said, dang, big dog, you pretty fast. Can you run the ball? I was like, yeah, I can run the ball. Just give it to me now. But nah, I said, I don't like this RPO stuff to where you have to feel and see if you get the ball. That's not easy to do. To where the quarterback puts the ball out here, you have to feel for it, right? But you have to feel for it not so hard to where you take the ball from the quarterback, because he can pull it. That's the RPO, right? So you have to just press the hole and then take the ball at the last second. But while you're doing that, you got to read the blocking schemes and the defense. Well, We only practiced it probably one day, the RPO. Coach put me in the game. Said, Chico, go to running back, Chico. I'm like, all right, we'll go to running back. Just I formation me, dog. Give it to me. Let me run straight ahead. But no, he wanted to put me in like I'm a little scat back and try to RPO it, right? As soon as I got in the game, the linebackers from the other team, Vienna squad, said, they're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. The linebacker blitz, like I'm telling these guys to do, because I'm standing on the side of the quarterback. The linebacker from the front side where I'm going, he knows that I can only go here or counter. Man, he blitzed that thing like he knew what was coming. As soon as I got the ball in my hand, I got hit in the mouth. Boom! Quarterback tries to take the ball. He fumbles it. Or sure, he'll say I fumbled it, but it's the RPO. I didn't squeeze on it.
Yeah, it was his fault. Yeah.
It's your fault, dog. Shout out to my quarterback, Chris. But point is, man, that's not easy to do. The RPO stuff. That's not easy to do, as opposed to just running downhill and knowing you're going to get the ball in your gut and then making a move. RPO is damn near like you're thinking, you know, and I hated it. So for anybody who can run it, I give them props to them. But any running back who can run RPO, you could damn well believe they can run it from a straight handoff. Now, every running back who can run it from a straight handoff might not be so great at running it from the RPO. That's my little point. That's my little story. As you come for the Colorado talk, but you stay for the stories.
Dude, that's right. That's why I come on here. I need the stories, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Any questions, y'all let us know, man. We're not going to stay on too long today.
Yeah, we can go for like 5-10 more minutes.
Let's get 5 or 10 more minutes in with our chat. All right. Any chat questions? Let's bring it in right now. Marie S said, we enjoy all your stories, Chico. That's what keeps it. Okay, I appreciate it. I'll keep bringing them. Naturally, too. I'm not trying to force them. It just come to me. Moni Alton is a good runner, but Michael Welch has the lateral agility and
Clinton Portis, baby. He's my Clinton Portis. I keep saying it.
I like that comparison, Clinton Portis, with a little bit more power that'll run through you. Clinton is real shifty. Clinton Portis is a beast, man. Yeah, man. And Denver,
one of my favorite players, man.
Oh, he was a beast. Shouts out to Clinton Portis. So my thought process on TH at slot is to take away slant drag routes. Those were the areas we were hurt the most in last year. Me as a quarterback trying to lead a receiver across the middle is dangerous. Yes.
Ooh, yeah, let's talk more about this.
Okay, well, yeah. Travis Hunter covering those slot guys is going to be, I think, a plus for us, and is going to put a pressure on the quarterback from their opposing team to say, if I want to throw away from Travis, then it's going to be a longer throw that I'm making, as opposed to throwing away from Travis and making a shorter throw that can go for a longer run after the catch. So put Travis on that slot guy that hurt us a lot last year on those slant routes and crossing routes, and say, hey, you got him, man. Zone it up on the outside. Let's see how smart the quarterbacks are to do it like this now. And that's what I take from it. It should be a huge improvement for us on the defensive side of the football.
And kind of a counter to that, I guess, because we'd see like these, little drags over the middle, done a lot last year. If we are playing more so man, Chico, kind of one of the ways to beat that is to actually have, the crossing routes kind of intersecting to where you're trying to essentially kind of run a basketball pick, sometimes, or like run a little pick play against, these, I guess you would call them man beaters. Sometimes you hear them talk that way, but, what would, man beaters, no Diddy. I guess that's what everybody's saying now, but what would be,
Joe?
What would be some counters to some of this man coverage, with some of these passing plays, and how would you then see you countering the counter, I guess?
Well, here's the thing, all right, and that's what makes it. This is what's going to make it, I think, so interesting, right? So last year we would have a lot of Travis playing man on the outside, but then you'll run the zone or whatever else, rest of the defense on the inside. Well, this year is going to be Travis. Well, it looks like it's going to be Travis man on the inside, and you can run zone or whatever on the outside. So I think that could unless they, really study it, it could confuse some of the quarterbacks where they might be looking at Travis and reading it and might be looking at it and say, oh, it's a man coverage, and then throw the man route, but actually it's a zone behind it or around it. So if the offense comes out there and try to run those crossing routes that might be picking the man coverage, well, it might just be Travis, the only one that's running man, while the rest of the defense is in zone. So that can confuse the offense or the quarterback even more. So those crossing routes where he's looking for a pick and that pick never comes, boom, now it's a sack.
Yeah.
So I think it can confuse the defense or the offense a little bit more. And the more you do things to confuse the offensive line and the quarterback and to slow them down just that much is when you get the advantage. That's why you see like front sevens come up and play at the line of scrimmage to where
Yes.
you don't know who's blitzing, you don't know who's blitzing, then they drop off because they're trying to make the offense play that much slower. If I have a big right tackle out there who's looking outside and he knows that his guy's outside, but boom, here comes a creeper to the inside, and that's number 7, right? Meaning number 7, that's the 7th guy. And the offensive line, knowing their head, we only got 5 blockers, maybe 6 with a running back. That's the 7th guy. That's an alert. That might have him make a mistake. He might go block him now. Instead of blocking him, that's a sack on the quarterback. He might take him and leave the inside guy. His outside guy drop, the inside guy comes. That all that confusion is what they're trying to do as a defense to slow down the offensive line, quarterback, and everybody else at the end of the day. And I think it'll serve us well with Travis on that inside. I know that's a lot to digest right there, but a lot of it, as far as is the football terminology and concepts and things that some people might not get, some people will, but hopefully majority will.
Yeah, I think that's wonderfully said. I think we feel like in our episodes together, we've spent a lot of time like throughout the season talking about how to confuse a defense. You just want to make them think that little bit more rather than just reacting and playing. If you can force the defense to have more opportunities to just communicate or think, that in a sense creates more opportunities for them to fail communicating or to make a wrong decision. And yeah, what you're kind of talking about here, disguising coverages, showing man in some places and playing zone in others, or we've talked before with simulated pressures where you're dropping back or you're feinting, making the offense and the quarterback think more, to have to make more decisions on every play. That hopefully can result in more hesitation, which leads to sacks, different things like that, or bad decisions, which result in turnovers or incompletions. I think that's the name of the game. That's why, again, in football, you see so much of this pre-snap motion from the offense. Is you're wanting to force these guys to make sure that they're communicating and that they're making decisions. Put the pressure on them to have to make more decisions every snap than just snapping the ball and allowing them to just react.
Right. So the more you can do that, I think the better for the defense. Also, I see in the chats another great point that it does free up Travis, or should I say, it does free up the defensive coordinator to make calls or more blitz calls, so that Travis can be the one covering that usual hot guy on those blitzes. The quarterback will usually dump it off to that inside receiver. That's why you see them leading the team a lot in receptions or targets, is because of that. When teams blitz, they're looking for the hot guy. The hot guy is usually the first inside guy, whether he's on a slant, out route, go route, option route, crossing route, whatever. Those are usually the number one guy once the blitz is shown and coming. If Travis is covering that, then that quarterback might think twice about it, and he's going to have to be on point. He throws an inaccurate pass that can lead to a pick, a tipped ball, a turnover somehow. So I like what coach is doing. I think Rob Livingston has the right idea to use what he has to get what he wants. Shouts out to Players Club. Use what you got to get what you want. Let me know in the chat if y'all know where that comes from. Shouts out to the Players Club. Anyways. Uh,
And hopefully we'll have even more talent coming here as of next week. You know,
as of next week, the transfer portal opens, I think, officially the 15th through the 31st. Let me look that up. When does the transfer portal open? Let me see.
you got any inside info to drop for us common people, Chico? You know anybody who's entering the portal or guys that we feel like we should keep an eye on, coming here?
Coming to Colorado.
Yeah.
If I did, I couldn't even say right now. But leaving, I see a lot of people speculating in the chats with some names. A couple of guys from the offensive line, or a couple of guys who might be in a situation where they, they don't think they're starting again this year, so they might try to go on to find somewhere else. But hey, that's the name of the game nowadays, and for Coach Prime and staff to add more players, some guys got to leave, dog. And that's why he came in with that attitude when he first came in with, hey, get on up out of here. Get on up out of here, dog. And I don't mean to be nice about it at all. I want somebody to get turned off and be mad and say, oh, I don't like the way he's talking. I'm leaving. Please
I want to make you quit. When he said
go
that.
now. Coach come in and say, I want to make you quit, dog. It's going to be some people immediately say, oh, my time is up here. I was on the gravy train for a while. Not anymore. Some guys who be on the team just to get the training table, just to go get treatment. They don't care about football for real. They want the perks and everything around it. So Prime came in and wiped that out quick, fast, and in a hurry. And got them out of there.
Man, but hopefully, we can bring in some line talent, man, on both of the lines. You can never have enough of it. And, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be another very exciting time, man. Obviously, love the season, but at this point, man, the most two exciting periods of the season outside when the games are actually played is just the transfer portal windows, man. That's when we got a lot to talk about, speculate about, and to celebrate, react to. I can't wait for next week.
Yep. Oh, shout out to Coach Prime saying, like Sir Ken said, that eviction notice. Dog, if you got something in your life that's holding you back from being who you are, dog, you need to evict it. You need to get it on up out of here. What happens when you get evicted from your apartment? They tell you got a certain time and you got to leave. All right. So that's what you need to do to anything that's holding you back in life or getting to where you want to get to. Send that thing an eviction notice and get it up out of there. All right. That's my words for the day. Dave, you got any words for the day to leave our people with who's joining us, been so gracious to join us on this happy Aloha Friday right here? I'm coming to you straight from the middle of the ocean, Pacific, that is, out here in Hawaii. And it's Aloha Friday, man. Throw them shots.
Man, I love it, man. There's not too much going on that I want to talk about unless you want to keep up with what's going on with my Broncos channel. Just search up there in the search bar, David Talks Broncos. I'm trying to reach 500 subs by the NFL draft, and we'll see what happens, man. I definitely got higher expectations for the Buffs than I do my Broncos this year, but they'll be fun to watch, if we draft a quarterback to see how that goes. And, we'll see how it goes. I just don't want anybody, Big Dog, that's 5'11" and under being the quarterback for my team. For me, man, you got to be 6'2" and above. Ideally, I'll make an exception for 6'1" if you got elite arm talent. But, that's why I love somebody like Walter Taylor here. It's hard to look past 6'7", freaking 250.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe I need to come join you on the David Talks Broncos channel so we can talk some NFL. You know what I'm saying? Especially during the draft time.
Yes.
And we can go from there. Shout out to your new channel, though. And I'm not really a huge NFL certain team fan like I am a Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I came up as a Laker fan. But let me see. The first team, if we can go back real quick, the first team that I remember rooting for, of course, were the Buffalo Bills. That shows you my age right there, too, because this was the time when I was young. They were going to 4 NFL Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And they had a whole squad of Pro Bowlers with Bruce Smith and Jim Kelly and Andre Reed and James Lofton and Thurman Thomas and Pete Metzelaars and Cornelius Bennett, and I can keep naming on and on. Nate Odoms and Dunn Beebe and everybody. I keep naming on and on. I was a big Buffalo Bills fan, right? And then a guy came to the league after Buffalo lost those times. Then the guy emerged into this league by the name of Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders came with the Atlanta Falcons, and then all of a sudden it was too legit to quit, right? Everybody dancing on the sidelines, Deion throwing this thing up. I see people in Little League wearing bandanas, like, damn, what's going on? And it's prime time the whole time. And then he goes to San Francisco, and that's when I became before LeBron fans did it, I was with Prime when he left from Atlanta to San Francisco. I said, damn, I'm a 49er fan now. Well, damn, I'm a Cowboy fan now.
That's right.
I always liked Michael Irvin anyway, so it gave me a reason to root for the Cowboys. And so that's what I began in football. So I could talk football with you, player-wise, all day. Certain team, I'm not loyal to any team in football. So that's why
who are like your favorite NFL quarterbacks right now? Like, who are the guys that you like to watch the most?
Of course, you're gonna go with the top two, Patrick Mahomes and then Lamar Jackson. So I like those two off the top. I'm with Cam Newton on his prospect or his perspective on Kirk Cousins and the contract. Like, damn, y'all could have got Cam Newton, Justin Fields, and everything else for $180 million. Shoot, you could have had Magic City in the Superdome, in the Georgia Dome, dog. In the Mercedes-Benz Dome. They could have been, they could have sold out. Imagine they would have done real business and gotten Cam Newton and Justin Fields there, both Atlanta natives.
Would have loved to see that.
Would have loved to see that. Now they just bought themselves away from that with a quarterback coming off an Achilles injury. Who goes and gives this much money to a quarterback coming off an injury like this? And Cam Newton said it best. If Kirk Cousins had Cam Newton's resume, he probably would have gotten more money.
Oh yeah.
Why not get Cam Newton for less?
Arthur Blank must have some investment in Kohl's or something like that.
Nah, what happened was Michael Vick apparently scared the hell out of him. He don't want to get no more melanin
quarterback. No
more melanin skin quarterback.
No. Oh man.
He like, I don't want none of y'all running out here.
I forgot dog fighting's a crime. I swear to God, people care more about animals than humans, man. Fucking animals.
All right, we're not gonna have Peter cover for us on this one.
They can come at me. I want all the smoke with PETA. I don't care. But do I have pets, Big Dog? No.
You don't have any pets? You never had any pets, dog?
Well, I had a pet growing up. He was great, but I mean, again, man, some people just care so much more about animals than they do other humans, man. It's bullshit.
This is true.
Yeah, and guys, like, I got family members that are the same way. I give them crap about it all the time, but stop putting your motherfucking pets on Christmas cards. Don't give a shit. Stop doing it.
Somebody to pet me up there posing with the family.
And I hate that. And stop saying they're your kids. I'm losing subscribers doing this, but your dogs, your pets are not your kids. Stop that bullshit.
Oh, damn, Dave. They gonna come for you on this one. You can't
talk about
my dog or my cat. Me personally, y'all know if y'all watch my channel, I hate cats and I'm afraid of cats. All right. Please don't bring a cat around me. If a cat is in the building, I will be out the building. All right.
And why are you going to get a dog if you're not going to potty train it? Why are you going to do that if it's just going to pee and poop inside?
Why not get a dog? Why get a dog and just keep them on the inside?
Exactly.
But anyway, we'll cover some of this more on another show. All right, we'll get to it.
Yeah, but I am on Team Dog, but I'm on like big dogs, not pea brain dogs, because I mean those dogs are stupid as hell. Literally, the smaller the dog you got, the smaller the brain. You never see a small dog that's that's never not scared, man.
All right, these are comments all by David Talks Buffs. All right, man. Hey, we appreciate you guys out there, man. No need, whether it's what it say.
Big dog, you got to have big dogs. I mean, right?
We need a shirt that says no pet on postcard. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't no little dogs. I'm not a little
Yeah.
dog person myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, big dogs, man. Pit
Yeah.
bulls.
His name is Big Dog, not Small Dog.
Pit bulls and up, baby. Pit bulls and up.
Give me a German Shepherd.
German shepherds. You know what I mean? What do you call the big huge dogs? Not the dojos, dojos, something like that. Yeah.
Have you ever? I'm sorry, Big Dog. I gotta ask you this: have you ever seen a black person with a golden doodle? I'm just curious.
A golden doodle. What the hell is a golden doodle?
See, it's a bigger dog, but I only see white people with golden doodles. You know, it's like
about the big. I think it's a German dog. Let me look it up. Golden doodle.
It's a mix between a poodle and a golden retriever. But it's like I only see white people.
Yeah, a golden retriever and a poodle. Like so, it's a golden poodle, a golden doodle.
Yeah, my sister has a golden doodle. Yeah,
I'm not sure, but I'm sure. Isn't this almost like Jeffrey, the dog that Deion Sanders Jr. has?
Oh, for real?
But it's not a golden doodle. I think it might be a browning doodle or something. But it looks like the type of dog that he has.
Okay, I'll need to find out what breed he's got.
Yeah. Let me see. Cane Cordova is what it's called. That's what it is. Appreciate that, Bridget Maxie. No Taco Bell, more like Rock the Bell. Really, it said. I have a Grayador. A Grayador?
Thank you, Dev. Thank you, Dev. He's got a buddy who's got a golden doodle. Okay. But thank you for answering my question.
Cane Corso is what it's called. My homeboy got a golden doodle named Chill. And literally just seen a black dude 20 minutes ago with one. A browning doodle. Ebonics in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
This question has been answered. I no longer have to ask my friends about this ever again. Black people do have golden doodles. Thank you.
Right. All right. I'm not gonna ask no question like that. I'm just gonna leave it like this. You're gonna be up and about this thing. Appreciate y'all joining in, man. Let me see. Why do black people like pit bulls so much? Why do we like pit bulls? Do white people have pit bulls?
Not as much, but it's like all my in-laws, they all have like the super tiny dogs. All my in-laws are Hispanic, so they all have the Chihuahuas, man. It's like the only dogs they have. I feel like our Chihuahuas. Why they have that or pits?
Okay.
There's no mix. Raw, do you have dogs? Rawhide Media's in here, man.
Oh, hi, yeah. Dave Coolest most definitely invited to the barbecue.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, Lexi says I'm lying right now. Tell me how I'm not.
Bring her on.
Oh, she's saying nobody has a pit bull. What was Lucy?
Wait. This is gonna be an Ocho and Uncle Ocho situation. Hey, Rail, bring Rail on.
We're gonna go toe to toe right now. So they used to have a pit that was, but they put it down. They put it down after it killed another dog in the neighborhood. After it got loose.
Bring Lexi on, man. Bring her on.
Family Pet was one dog that they rescued for a few months, and my grandma had a Chihuahua that died. That's it.
That was exactly what I said.
Lexi said you better get it right, dog.
Yeah. She said that I was wrong. Hey, and that, fellas, you just got to say, yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're not going to win that argument, dog. You're not going to win that argument. All right. Well, tell Lexi. Lexi's right. Lexi,
yes.
Tell Lexi, she's going to be like Rail on the Uncle Ocho show. We're going to have her come on every once in a while and give her opinion. Give the corrections at the end of the show. What do we miss?
And she needs to give her takes on the team this year, man. I'm telling you, but she didn't watch football until last year, but now she is. She even watches the Broncos with me now, man.
Fully
invested. The Broncos with me now. Yeah.
Oh, that's
thank God for Coach Prime, man.
You got you one there. If she's sitting there watching it with you like that, you got you one. Give her a high five for me. You know what I mean? Tell the big dog what's happening. All right. Said just agree, Dave, if you want dinner.
Yeah, exactly. The Prime effect.
Right. Hey, last subject, real quick. What do you think about this? We were supposed to be out here 5, 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. What do you think about this? Enrollment up, what is it, 600% or 60% or something like crazy percentage up. I think over 60,000 applicants to University of Colorado right now with 50% increase in Black student enrollment there in Colorado. What do you feel about that?
Yes, yes, yes. It's wonderful. It's fantastic for the university. When I moved out here from Texas Big Dog, the one of the first things I noticed was where are all the brown people? So it's nice that we're getting more brown people up in Boulder, and hopefully we can bring some of that cooking too. I think everybody is better when we got more diversity, when we got more people from different backgrounds. We learn a lot from each other, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
Insert the clip from Coming to America when the guy in the barbershop saying, "You ain't lying." He ain't lying. All right. So that's what it is, man. We're going to leave it right there, man. That's the end of the Dog and Dave show. Y'all make sure I hit the like, subscribe, comment, run them likes up one time if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell right there next to the subscribe button, and also hit the join if you want to become an official member of the page of the channel, whether it's Dogs, my page, or Dave's page at David Talks Buffs or David Talks Broncos. Check it out. It's the biggest dog. Chico to the sea and the place to be. Dave, go ahead, leave them with something.
Go Buffs. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time complaining about who's a hater and who's not. Stop that.
That's what it is, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We up and about this thing. Peace and another. Dog and Dave.
Thanks again, Big Dog. Again, best luck to your Lakers, and I hope we can face y'all in the first round.
And it's going down. Yeah.